Jin BTS proud. DIOR CEO calls Jimin the new inspiration of the fashion world. Who would have thought that behind the music stage and the spotlight of the entertainment world, JIMIN BTS's name is once again shaking the international fashion world. In a surprising official statement, DIOR CEO Pietro Beccari openly called Jimin a new inspiration for the French luxury brand. This statement immediately triggered a warm reaction from the public, especially from fellow BTS members, including Jin, who couldn't hide his pride in his group mate. The question now is, what makes Jimin so special in the eyes of a global fashion CEO that he is dubbed DIOR's new inspiration? This news first emerged after DIOR released a statement regarding the direction of their aesthetic and fashion philosophy for the coming year. In an exclusive interview that was widely discussed among fashion insiders, Beccari mentioned that Jimin not only represents the brand's image in terms of visuals, but also brings a new soul to the fashion world, a balance between softness and strength, elegance and courage. He assessed that Jimin has an aura that is difficult to define but very easy to feel, a calm charisma that can still steal attention in a crowd. For the fashion world, the title of New Inspiration from the CEO of DIOR is not just a symbolic title. This term describes the position of someone who is not only an ambassador, but represents the essence and creative direction of the brand. In other words, Jimin is now considered the face that represents the spirit of DIOR in the modern era, full of expression, free from gender boundaries, and still elegant. On the other hand, Jin BTS's reaction to this news became a highlight in itself. In one of the interaction sessions with fans, Jin was said to show a proud expression and smile when talking about Jimin. He even said that Jimin always has something unpredictable, but always leaves a deep impression. This short statement is considered a form of sincere support from Jin for his groupmate who is now increasingly shining in the international fashion world. Jin, who is known for his calm but humorous personality, often shows pride in the achievements of BTS members. But this time, fans felt his reaction was more emotional. Many ARMYs, the name for BTS fans, mentioned that Jin looked like an older brother who truly saw his younger brother grow into a globally influential figure. Not a few also assessed that this moment became a symbol of BTS's cohesiveness, even when each member is pursuing an individual career. Jimin's involvement with DIOR is actually nothing new. He was officially appointed as DIOR's global ambassador in 2023, and since then, every appearance at fashion events or campaigns has always been the center of attention. His appearance at Paris Fashion Week, for example, managed to create extraordinary euphoria, making Jimin's name trending on all social media platforms around the world. However, what distinguishes this time is the direct recognition from the CEO of the brand itself, something that is rarely given to any celebrity. Pietro Beccari calls Jimin an ideal representation of a new generation that is not afraid to express themselves. He assessed that Jimin presents a new nuance in the definition of modern masculinity, blurring the lines between strength and beauty. When Jimin wears DIOR, he doesn't just wear clothes. He carries a story, emotions, and a message about the courage to be yourself, said Beccari in his interview. The statement immediately triggered a positive reaction from various circles. Renowned fashion media such as Vogue, GQ, and Harper's Bazaar highlighted the Jimin phenomenon as a real example of the transformation of the image of a K-pop star who is now a pioneer of international style. In a short time, the hashtag Jimin inspires DIOR became a global trending topic on the X, Twitter, platform, with thousands of fans expressing their pride. But the most interesting thing is how this moment shows the dynamics of the relationship between BTS members. While Jimin is making new history in the fashion world, Jin, who is currently known as the legendary visual of BTS, is actually a symbol of support without envy. Many Korean pop culture observers assess that Jin's reaction shows the maturity and true solidarity among BTS members, which is the main key to the continued popularity of this group for more than a decade. In addition, Jimin's success in the fashion world has a broader impact on the K-pop industry as a whole. He not only paves the way for Asian artists to gain recognition from European luxury brands, but also strengthens BTS's position as a global force across fields, from music, culture, to fashion. This is in line with Bakari's view that inspiration is no longer limited to a particular continent, but is born from the emotional connection felt by the world. Now, the public is waiting for the next step in the collaboration between DIOR and JIMIN. Many speculations are circulating that DIOR is preparing an exclusive capsule collection inspired by JIMIN's personality and style. If true, this will be one of the most historic collaborations between the fashion world and the K-pop industry. At the end of all these spotlights, one thing becomes clear. The recognition from the CEO of DIOR is not just a personal victory for JIMIN, but also a symbol of pride for all BTS members, especially Jin, who openly showed his support. From the music stage to the world's catwalk, JIMIN's journey shows that true inspiration is not only born from popularity, but from the courage to be authentic. And for Jin, seeing JIMIN called DIOR's new inspiration is not just a pride, but proof that true brotherhood never fades, even under the brightest light. After the news about DIOR's CEO calling JIMIN a new inspiration spread widely, the public was divided into two major camps: those who believe that this is a real form of recognition of JIMIN's global influence, and those who assess that all of this is just a marketing strategy wrapped in a sensational package. In the midst of euphoria and overflowing pride, an important question arises. Did the statement really happen as reported, or are the media just playing with public perception with a narrative that tempts clicks and emotions? We all know that in this digital age, information can change shape very quickly. One video clip from an interview, one snippet of a comment on TikTok, or one tweet from a large fanbase account can immediately shape global opinion. But do we ever stop for a moment and ask, how accurate are those sources? Did what is called an official statement really come out of the CEO's mouth, or is it just an interpretation from a journalist or content creator who wants to get more attention? Some users on Twitter and YouTube, for example, show clips of Bakari's interview that are allegedly the basis of this news. However, the video clips are often very short, without complete context. Is it possible that the word new inspiration was actually used in a general context, not an exclusive statement about JIMIN? Or are the media just cutting out the most profitable parts to create the impression that JIMIN was really specifically called DIOR's new icon? Another interesting fact, in the world of the fashion industry, terms like muse, icon, or inspiration are often used symbolically, not literally. That is, someone can be called an inspiration without any formal statement or new contract. So, the question now is, are we witnessing a real historical moment in JIMIN's career, or just a narrative designed to strengthen the image of a public figure? Jin BTS himself seemed to give a warm and proud response to the news. But is that proud expression proof that this news is indeed true? Or perhaps Jin is just giving moral support to his fellow members without paying too much attention to the validity of the source of information? In the fast-paced and stressful world of entertainment, it is not uncommon for artists to choose to remain silent or be diplomatic in order to avoid exacerbating the situation. We also need to ask, why does news like this quickly go viral? Is it because of its important substance, or because we as viewers unconsciously like stories that contain elements of surprise, national pride, and fandom pride? In the era of social media, attention is currency.